My daughter Jenny is a very passionate girl, and we noticed her talent in art as early as second grade. By junior high, she had kind of focused that passion on fashion, and she'd become interested in that. We found this amazing art school in New York, which was kind of scary for us, but it was also really exciting. So that's kind of where it all started to go downhill. She was struggling with something at school, and we talked a lot about high school and what was going on there. I noticed that we had this prescription medication in our medicine cabinet. All of a sudden, it seemed like a lot of the pills were gone, and at that point, we knew, Jenny has a serious problem. So her father and I started researching online different programs, different drug rehabilitation programs, and we just felt like her life would become the rehabilitation program, and that she couldn't keep her own life also, and that she wouldn't be able to keep her privacy. We were really concerned about privacy. We just felt like the traditional rehabilitation programs took too much time away from her schooling and didn't work with giving her life back.
My wife Gwen was a super person at a PR firm for years and years. And she had her eye on that top job, and one day wanted to take over that agency. Well, about 3 years ago, it was Super Bowl weekend, and she was coming down the stairs with a tray full of Super Bowl goodies, and she slipped and went down hard on her left hip. Didn't look like immediately she had anything broken, but the rest of the afternoon and the evening and overnight, she was definitely in pain. She was prescribed physical therapy and, of course, was prescribed pain medication to help with the pain. Well, pretty soon, she was gobbling down pain meds faster than the doctors would write prescriptions for them. And that affected both our personal life and, of course, her business life as well. She continued to need more and more pain medication, and without real financial resources, she had to turn to petty crime to satisfy that need. But about 3 weeks ago, Gwen came to me and said, "Bob, I need your help. I need to beat this drug addiction. I want to get my life back." One thing we were very worried about, however, was the stigma of going through drug treatment. We were concerned that if her previous employer knew about that, it would make getting that job very, very difficult.
My grandson had difficulty trying to find a job, so he made a decision to join the Army. After he made that decision, I encouraged him because the Army offered him an education, prestige, and marketable skills. And I was real happy when he came home with just minor injury. After he was home for a while, he complained about the injuries that he had received. And he went to the VA for medication and became addicted. He began losing interest in his studies, and of course, then he got mixed up with the wrong people. Eventually, he dropped out of school completely and started doing petty crimes to get money to support his addiction. Later on, though, he told me he would like to get his life back. I want to assist him in getting help for his drug treatment, but I want to protect his privacy for fear that future employers may not hire him because of his addiction to drugs. My concern is that the stigma that's associated with traditional drug treatment could handicap him.
So many people are addicted to drugs, and it's hit families in all socioeconomic groups, all walks of life. Now, after centuries, we are going to treat this disease like we're treating hypertensive cardiovascular disease or any other diabetes, mellitus, any other disease that that we have, that we are treated in a chronic fashion over time, and not to outcast people who happen to be suffering from addiction. We're talking about getting them in treatment, keeping them in treatment, and if they happen to fall off the wagon, to get them back into treatment and back on the straight and narrow. That's a milestone that has happened in medicine, and I think that what we're going to see here and after is a different focus on this population and people who have the disease of addiction.
Hi, my name is Dr. Robert Sage. I am a mental health clinician and an addiction specialist, and I am a member of the Beny Primm Medical Group. For the past 40 years, my colleagues and I have worked tirelessly to make the most recent advancements in medical and behavioral health treatment available to people suffering from drug addiction. Today, these advanced life-saving treatments can be made available to the public by any licensed certified physician in the privacy of their office and at outpatient chemical dependency clinics. But not all people suffering from addiction know that they can access these advanced treatments from doctors in their private offices or at outpatient clinics. And if they do know, many are faced with the unfortunate reality that very few private physicians in their community provide these advanced drug treatment services. We at the Beny Primm Medical Group, we want to change all that. We are creating pathways to advanced drug treatment that are no different than pathways to treatment used by people suffering from other medical illnesses. We are putting in place a team of licensed physicians and behavioral health therapists. We will deploy our team to doctors' offices and clinics in your community. There, families are going to have access to private doctors and clinics that make these treatments available while at the same time retain their privacy about your loved one's addiction. That's why we launched this campaign, and that is why we are appealing directly to you. We want families experiencing drug addiction to enjoy the same access to treatment and privacy that other families enjoy. So, help us get the word out. Please support the Beny Primm Medical Group's Give Them Their Life Back campaign. Thank you so much.
Let's give her life back.
Let's give her life back.
Give him his life back.
Support Beny Primm Medical Group's Give Them Their Life Back campaign.
Support the Beny Primm Medical Group's Give Them Their Life Back campaign.
Support the Beny Primm Medical Group's Give Them Their Life Back campaign.